In this lecture, we are going to see how to use the Revolve, Sweep and Skin and Loft options inside Design Modeler. So here, if you have observed, I have created this particular body in the last lecture. So I want to clear off this particular body. One thing you can do is you can just right click on this particular operation or the feature. You can just press delete so that you can delete this particular operation, and then you need to delete this operation, and then you need to delete this particular sketch, and you need to delete this particular sketch in order to clear off the total geometry that you have created previously. But there is one another option. If you want to start afresh, then you need to go to the file, and there is an option known as start over C. It can also be accessed by the shortcut keys of Ctrl+N. So if I just select start over, and I'm going to, it is showing me an warning that if you are going to proceed forward, this total model will be cleared and you will be starting afresh. So I'm going to select S. So once I have selected this one, I'm starting afresh. See, whatever the sketches we have created earlier and whatever the features we have applied, all of them were cleared away, and even the planes we have created, they also have been cleared. The total geometric modeler has been reset. So here I'm going to show you how we can use the Revolve option. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to XY plane, which will become the front plane for me, and then I'm going to sketch tab, and then I'm going to say draw a arbitrary rectangle. I'm not going to give any dimensions to this particular rectangle, and once I'm satisfied with this particular rectangle, I'm going to switch to the modeling tab. In the modeling tab, I'm going to select the Revolve option. So once I select the Revolve option, here I need to select two entities. One entity is the cross section which I want to revolve, and other one is the axis about which I want to revolve the selected cross section. So for the cross section, I'm going to select this particular rectangle, so I can access this particular rectangle by say expanding this XY plane and by selecting this sketch 1, and now I am applying this, and then in order to select axis, you need to select from this particular design space or graphics window. I'm going to select this particular axis, and I'm going to press apply. Then the operation is by default to add material, and if I want to rotate it, revolve it through 360 degrees, it will be a complete cylinder with a central hole, or otherwise I can also give the angle. So I want to just revolve this object through 180 degrees only. So see here what happens, only half of the revolving has occurred. Now what I want to do is I want to reverse the direction of revolving. So for that purpose, I am going to go to the direction option here. I'm going to select reverse. So this particular option is present in all the options such as extrusion, revolve, sweep and skin or loft. So if you want to reverse the direction of the application of the feature, you can just select this reversed option from the direction option which is present here. So once you have reversed this particular direction of revolving, you can go, and if you want a thin surface, you can just select here S, and you can give the thickness. So invert thickness, I have given the invert thickness as 1 mm, and once I have done all these things, I can just right click and say generate. Now see what happens is, instead of a solid body being created, what happens, because I have selected the thin surface option, a hollow body with the given thickness has been created. So this is how you can use the revolve option. Likewise, you can also create a body, and then you can say remove material from the body using this revolve option. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl+N, so that I'm going to start afresh, showing you how to use this sweep option. So I'm going to press yes. So once I have selected this one, I'm going to select the XY plane first, and then I will switch to sketching mode, and then I'm going to draw a simple rectangle. And once I draw the simple rectangle, then I need to select another plane on which I am going to create a path through which this particular rectangle will be swept. So I'm going to select the ZX plane, and then I'm going back to sketching mode once again. I'm going to select the line, and I'm going to create some line arbitrary length. It is of arbitrary length, and once I have finished this one, I'm going to switch to the modeling tab. And once I've switched to the modeling tab, I am going to go and select the sweep option here. So once I select the sweep option, so it is showing profile object must contain at least one chain. Don't worry, you don't need to worry about that particular warning. See here, for the profile, I am going to select this particular rectangle which I have drawn on the XY plane. So I am going to select this one and press apply. And once I applied this one, for the path, I am going to select this particular sketch which I have created on the ZX plane. So I have selected this particular sketch and I am going to apply. And all other options I am going to leave it to default, and I am going to right click on the sweep and going to generate. So once I generated, see, the sweep option has been applied. You can either creating a sweep for a straight line, you can use a spline to create pipes of different shapes and different bends. There you can use effectively the sweep. For just creating such sort of objects like this, you can simply use the primitive options that are present inside design modeler, or otherwise you can directly use the extrusion option. But this is only to show you how we can apply this sweep option. Then I'm going to once again press Ctrl N, and I'm going to start the model once again. So I'm going to press S again. Now here I'm going to show you how we can perform skin or loft. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the ZX plane, which will be my top plane, and I'm going to just go to the sketching and just draw a rectangle once again. I'm going to just draw a rectangle, and once I have drawn the rectangle, what I need to do is, in order to apply the loft option, we need two parallel planes with the two parallel sketches at some distance to each other. So for that purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new plane. So here in the type I am selecting from plane, and what is the base plane it is asking us. So I'm going to select the ZX plane. It is by default selected, so I don't need to change this one. So right now what I need to do is I need to have two parallel planes at some distance in order to apply this loft option. So here, if you come to this transform option, there is a option selected as none. Instead of that, I'm going to give some translation option here. So how can you translate? In which direction you are going to translate? So here, if you come to the global coordinate system, the X direction is in this direction, Z direction is in this direction, and Y direction is in the top direction. But when you come to the local coordinate system here, you see this blue color represents the Z axis. So if you want a plane that is going to be parallel to this particular selected plane, you need to offset the new plane in the Z direction. But if you take the reference of a global coordinate system, this direction is Y direction, but local coordinate system, this is the Z direction. So you need to select offset Z, and in the offset Z you need to give the distance of offset. So I'm going to give the distance of offset as 100 mm and press enter. And once I press enter, I can see a preview clearly. And once I am satisfied with the preview, I can just right click on this option and say generate the option. And from this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to again go to the sketching mode, and I'm going to create a circle. So I've created the circle, and once I've created the circle, I come back to the modeling module and then our modeling tab. Then I'm going to select the skin or loft option. So it is asking what are the two profiles between which I need to create a loft. So the first profile I need to select is the profile which I have created on the ZX plane, which is the sketch one. So I'm going to select this one, and then again I need to expand this plane 4, and I need to select the sketch 2 as well. In order to select the multiple sketches, you need to press Ctrl. So by pressing Ctrl, you can select 2 or more number of sketches. So once you have selected all the profiles, you can say apply, and it is asking, okay, there is a simple warning that is showing that the profile, whatever the profile sketches we are going to use, they should be having equal number of edges. I will try to generate, but there is an error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this particular option by right clicking on it, and I'm going to delete this option, and then I'm going to delete this sketch 2 as well by right clicking on it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the sketching mode once again. Instead of a circle, I'm going to draw another rectangle, so that what happens, both the profile have same number of edges, so a loft can be created very easily. So once I've created the rectangle, I come back to the modeling tab, and in the modeling tab I am going to select this particular skin or loft, and by pressing Ctrl I am going to select these two sketches as my profile sketches, and I say apply. Now see, there is no warning that has occurred. So once you have done, and you can keep all the options same, and then I can just right click and say generate. So even though we have selected the same number of edges, we haven't successfully created a loft. See why? Because you see, the direction, this particular rectangle is in the negative direction, that particular rectangle is in the positive direction. So what you need to do is, we are going to go back to the sketch once again. We are going to delete these two sketches. So I'm going to delete this feature, and I'm going to delete this particular sketch, and then I'm going to go to the sketching tab, going to rectangle again. Now you see I'm going to draw a rectangle on the similar side. So once I've selected, I've drawn this particular rectangle, I can go to this Loft tab, and I can select both the objects by pressing Ctrl and press apply, and then I can just generate a loft. See here, a loft has been successfully generated. Through this video, I was able to show what are the common mistakes a person can do or can come across while he is creating some lofted, or he is using the lofted command. So in the next lecture, we are going to see how to create a 1D object by creating a simple bicycle frame, and we are going to learn how we can create that in the design modeler. Thank you.